Everybody, and very welcome you are to the kitchen table. My name is Robert Sarazin Blake. This is the kitchen table, and the name of the show is Robert Sarazin Blake from the kitchen table. Wouldn't you know, here we are, and it is a brand new year, and the show goes on. Wow, we had some good times back there celebrating the holiday season, but that is over now. The holiday season is coming to a conclusion, although if you are French and Catholic, you will still be waiting for Epiphany for the holiday season to come to its final conclusion. But most people are not on that tip, and we are all moving in. This is sort of the calendar-wise, the last day before the Monday after New Year's Day, and that means something. So this is the end. We're wrapping up a certain season, and it's been a most unusual holiday season. I know for myself, I don't know if I usually this time of year I'm really ready to slow down. Wow, I've been very busy, been out and about, and this year I feel like, well, I haven't been out and about. I'm not as longing to settle down as I usually am this time of year. But hey, I'm getting carried away. Started rapping before we got the show started. We began this show. If there's any new listeners, viewers out there today, you're very welcome here. And we have a little ceremony we do at the start of every show, which is light candles. We started the show because of the pandemic and because we're all staying at home, and we light a candle for everybody lost to the COVID pandemic. We know it was a tough holiday season. There were some empty kitchen table chairs, and our hearts go out to everybody who've lost. As well, hearts go out to everybody who loved those people. And to anyone who's suffering in any capacity, be it through illness or financial problems, instability of any nature brought on by this pandemic, we're lighting a candle for you. And we're lighting this third candle always for hope and gratitude, because though so much is wrong, there's so much that we have to be grateful for, and we're hopeful for better times. What followed the flu of 1918, the Roaring '20s, we are hopeful that the Roaring '20s will be here again soon. Until then, we're just hunkering down. And we're at the kitchen table. When you come to my kitchen table, I'll say, can I get you something to drink? And you'll say yes. And I'm running a little low here, so I'm just going to pour you some of mine. Have a drink for you. This one's... Make yourself welcome at the kitchen table. We have David Penderlofgren, the producer, and the Balron player over here on my right. John Elliott is our special guest today. He'll be coming along a little later on, singing us some new tunes, and I hope he'll sing down here at the end of the year, because it's a seasonal number that I like to hear this time of year. And on that note, one tune of mine that only seems natural. Okay, go ahead and off the show with you. New Year, feeling pretty good, pretty much like I thought it would. Little heavy, loaded down, little memories hanging around. Remembering New Year's Eve before the parties of girls, dancing floor. Back when I figured by now things would be different, things would be worth it. But it's a new year, different this time. Last year I was okay, year before it was fine. Dreams, out-of-state plates, ready to roll the gold race. Now I'm out the tunnel on the other side. Before I was weary, my eyes were wide. I made it home, maybe too quick, didn't grab what I needed, still something. I figured by now something will collide, something I didn't plan, something wild, something that made sense in the bigger picture. tight. Where's the facts? The lost companions. I want them back. I know it gets lonely before it gets good. All is a stone. All is a wood. Except the fall. The rubber broke. The cat was neutered. The engine died. Let me check the computer. Get it in order. Try and get it clear. Get your head on strong for the next new year. 'Cause it's coming fast and it's coming quick. Better turn my head away. I'm gonna be sick. It's the old new year is coming down. Like old Santa Claus, it's coming to town. And I move slow, and the earth spins around. Wanna slow down, wanna hang around. Don't get hungry. Make hay. Today's gone, the year's over, the track's been worn. Get your house in order, sweep the chimney, sweep the steps, sweep your sweetheart, dog love it, get dinner cooking, get a divorce, get remarried. Stay the course. Bye, lampshade. Bye, bye, bye. Bye, Bermuda shores. Hey! Give it a try. Bicentennial. Bye, bye, food. Be secret. Bicycle for two. Just get in the car and keep driving to the store. The office, to the bank, to the job site, repeat, let it fill the tank. For another new year, 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 for another new year. And I ain't done. The sun. Woo! Another new year. I hope you're feeling all right. You know, a lot of people are very excited that 2020 is over, but let's remember 2020 is the year that we democratically unelected Donald Trump. So, you know, there is something to be said for 2020 amidst all the nastiness that is 2020. Another new year, the song I just played, born out of a feeling of the years tumbling on top of each other and losing control of one's own narrative of their own life. But right now, I feel just excited for a new year, for the end of COVID coming into sight, for a new presidency coming around. And this year has been very dark, very rainy. I'm ready for the sun to come back too. So I'm saying, bring on the new year, bring on the new year, bring right away. Bring on the new year, bring on the new year, bring it today. Out with COVID, Donald Trump too. I want to get together with friends like you used to do. So bring on the new year, bring on the new year, bring it right away. Bring on the new year, bring on the new year, bring it home today. I want to go to a restaurant bar, hang out with my friends for hours. I want to do the things I used I might say, come in for a coffee cake. Bring on the new year, bring on the new year, bring it right away. Bring on the new year, bring on the new year, bring it right away. Next year we will be around the Christmas tree. Everyone together drinking beer and shuffling. Bring on the new year, bring on the new year, bring it right away. Bring on the new year, bring on the new year, bring it right away. I think you feel the same way as you're there. Well, here we are, first show of the year, and of course, the first year that we've had a show in January because we started doing this in March. So it's a whole new world. And I thought maybe I'd celebrate a year in review. I know a lot of people do a year in review show at the end of December down there at the end of the year. But of course, my head's all up in Dylan Thomas at the end of the year. So we're going to do a little bit of my personal year in review in song for the rest of the set here before we bring on our guest, John Elliott. And don't forget, we do play Stump the Band now. So if you want to have a request for John and myself, you can be the contestants. You can call in and you can have requests for us in the fourth quarter of the show. Somewhere between the third and fourth quarter of the show. And sometimes we have a trivia question that people answer in the comments, and that's how we get a hold of them. And the trivia question today is, when was the first time you saw John Elliott perform? So it's not even trivia, it's more of a personal revealing, because that's the mood I'm in here, I guess, at this dark time of the year. So put in the comments the first time you saw John Elliott perform, and if you would like to play Stump the Band, and then send a personal message to my Facebook with your phone number, and I'll call you. I think that's going to make sense. Woo!
We can have them call into the Zoom call.
We may be coming up with some other options as well. Most important thing to do right now is make a comment there. Well, I also, if you're new to the show, then you may not know that I like everybody who wants to write in the comments where you're listening from today here at the first Sunday of the year. It's fun to know where other people are listening in from. And if you want to stump the band, make a comment there in the thread about where it was you saw John Elliott perform the first time. So one of the first songs I wrote in the new year was for my friends Terry and Jennifer, who took this trip nearly around the world. Well, at least to a bunch of places in the world. It inspired me, and I wrote this song for them. Way back in January, February, it's in the notebook. Still singing this one out of the notebook. I took a trip to Algeria, and then east to Libya. After of course, a night in Tunisia by the Mediterranean, but across the beautiful sea to Tripoli. Stopped in Cairo to see the Nile, then to Sudan for a little while. Dance in Ethiopia, dance in Ethiopia. Caught a boat to Eritrea on the Red Sea. Lord north for me, Lord north for me. Across the Sinai to Arabia, over Jordan to Syria, down the Euphrates to Basra town, east to Tehran where they're hanging around, and then Afghanistan and Pakistan, Delhi and New Delhi too. All I wanna do is travel the world with you. Cross Nepal to get to Tibet, the monks haven't stopped praying yet. Cross West China to Mongolia, en route to Siberia, where it's chilly, it's true, but the water's too blue, and a man's a man in Korea or Japan. Oh, so many places I want to go. Don't know why I skipped Morocco. Everybody loves the Marrakesh, except those who say Casablanca's the best. And Portugal, Charles de Gaulle, and Cologne. Perhaps next is Sao Paulo or Rio de Janeiro. Buenos Aires may be the town for me. In Argentina, or Santiago, Archipelago, Juan Ferdinand, Robinson Crusoe. Take a pause in the pause. Positive pause for the cause that it caused. Summer rain and the mountain fogs, men and women, the cats and the dogs. In Ecuador, the Pacific shore, how can we want more? But we do. I just want to be traveling the world with you. I just want to be traveling the world with you. Alright, still in the notebook, a little bit rusty there, but thanks for hanging with me. One of the first songs I wrote in 2020 for my friends who were traveling around. And then the the first thing, I'm trying to keep this in order here for a moment, but that's right. Next thing that happens, I was excited. You know, a year ago we were deep in the Democratic primary. What a curious thing that was, which ended so abruptly there when the pandemic hit. For a moment it was very exciting. In Tacoma, Washington, south of Seattle, for those of you who are from further away and are not like me and David from the most northwest corner, the most northwest state in the lower 48, Tacoma was the home to a Bernie rally that had, how many people was it? 17,000 people were gathered cheering on Bernie. It was an amazing moment. And I would like to say cheering on democracy. I was inspired by that, and I wrote this tune here in hopes of helping the Bernie campaign, which had folded because of the pandemic shortly after I recorded it. And that song's been up on the website now since then, but I've been holding back all this time a final version which has all the guests on it. So it's going to be released. Yes, it's finally going to happen. I think next week on the show I will put it up, the final version on the Bandcamp, and you get a sneak preview of it. But the official release will be on Inauguration Day to celebrate the end of the Trump presidency, to celebrate seeing the light at the end of the tunnel of COVID, and to celebrate the return of the light, and to celebrate the democratic process and the hope that shines from the Statue of Liberty. I wrote this song here, and the guests include Alexis P. Suter, Sarah Lee Guthrie, the Mammals, Jefferson Hamer, the Restless Age, and the one and only John Elliott sings on this track. I'm going to let you have a sneak peek at the final track. I'll put it up next Sunday. For right now, you just got to have myself and David. We'll release the real thing here on Inauguration Day. Lady in the Bay holds a promise of breathing free. We feel the glow of the torch when our eyes can hardly see. You weren't born to be the master. I wasn't born the law is holding us back, we get together and change the rules. We're all on the same ship, ice melting, water rising, all hands on deck, cutting cargo. I see a new sunrise, 'cause we're born to win, we're born to win. Sunshine State to the Golden Gate, Great Lakes State to the Bluegrass State, born to win, born to win. Tax cuts go to the wealthy, food stamps cut from the poor. After 40 years to trickle down, not gonna let them trickle us anymore. Mother can't afford the medication, sister killed in Iraq, billionaires fly to the Bahamas in a limousine jet. Still we persist and still we persist, still we persist and still we persist. You can always sleep in one bed, always sit in one chair. I see too many people living on the streets, and I have to help the billionaires share. 'Cause I'm born to win, we're born to win. Sunshine State to the Golden Gate, Great Lakes State to the Bluegrass State, born to win, born to win. Freedom is access to health care, freedom is no student debt, freedom is breakfast and dinner, freedom is a good night's rest, freedom is being any color, walking every street without fear of violence, working all your dreams. Freedom is clean air, freedom is drinking clean water. We can do anything if we keep our heads together. 'Cause we're born to win, we're born to win. Sunshine State to the Golden Gate, Great Lakes State to the Bluegrass State, born to win, born. Not me, us. It's not all about me. Not me, us. No one can do it alone. Not me, us. It takes millions of people. Not me, us. To fight for justice. Not me, us. No one can do it alone. Not me, us. It takes millions of people. Not me, us. To fight for justice. Not me, oh. 'Cause I'm born to win, born to win. Empire State to the Volunteer State, Old Line State to the Equality State, Keystone State to the Treasure State, Show Me State to the Golden State, Great Lakes State to the Bluegrass State, born to win, born to win. I'm telling you, I'm very excited about this version I have released on Inauguration Day to celebrate the end of the Trump presidency with guest singers Alexis P. Suter, Sarah Lee Guthrie, Ruth Unger, The Mammals, The Restless Age, Jefferson Hamer, and the one and only John Elliott, who will be our guest. And just a few more songs. How are we doing on time here? Oh, yeah. Okay, perfect. So that's March. Right now we're in the pandemic, kids. And I got the phone call that I've been waiting for maybe all my folk singing life. Sarah Lee Guthrie, granddaughter of Woody Guthrie, calls and says, "Hey, I'm about to play this Bernie rally. He wants, which side are you on? But I want to add some new lyrics. Would you mind sending me some lyrics?" That was the best phone call I've ever had in my life. I suppose the validation that I am in this circle, in the folk process, that was pretty cool. Sarah Lee's a lovely singer, lovely songwriter, and looking forward. Hopefully she's going to be on our show maybe in February. We've got a whole bunch of people lined up for January. What do we have? The Mammals next week. We have the Restless Age joining us Sunday after that, and then Jefferson. And then I'm very excited at the end of the month we have Anna Ash joining us. Somebody whose music I stumbled across, wrote out to her. I don't know her at all, but she agreed to be on the show. And then later in February we're going to segue back to guests who were on the song that I just played for you there. But in the midst of it all, we're going through my year in review. Sarah Lee Guthrie writes to Mike Miranda and I and says, "Hey, I need some lyrics." And I said, "At your service." Sent the lyrics, watched the live stream where Sarah Lee Guthrie performed this song. She used a lot of lyrics that Mike and Ruthie sent her. My lyrics, cutting room floor. You know what? It's an honor to be nominated, honor to get the call. I think something might have crept in there. I'm not sure exactly, but for the most part, ended up on the cutting room floor, which is a place I'm familiar with. If you can't see the feather in my hat here, I do have lyrics on the cutting room floor of Hadestown. Unrequested lyrics, I might, or just to give more context on that, but nonetheless considered and on the cutting room floor. So here we are, from the cutting room floor, rising on their own. Take you back to April 2020. Schools all are closed, Broadway Theater 2. Leadership is failing to give us any clue. If you can get a test, the results take many days. Leadership is failing us, we're living in a haze. Which side are you on? Which side are you on? You're feeling alright, got a cupboard full of food, but your sister got it, and she passed it on to you. She couldn't see the doctor, but she couldn't pay the bill. A stitch in time saves 9 when a handshake can kill. Which side are you on? Which side are you on? I went to the hospital, thought I had the COVID. Front desk said no treatment without the MONIE. Breathing getting heavy, heartache setting in. Couldn't get no insurance with my precondition. Which side are you on? Which side are you on? The choice couldn't be any clearer. This moment that we're in, universal health care is how we all can win. Your health is my health, is her health, it's true. Insurance plans fail us, it's time for something new. Which side are you on? 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 This is no time to despair. We need courage and good cheer. Bold vision from leadership to guide us out of here. Shall we build a brighter future, or accede to a past already gone? Two roads lead from where we are. Which side are you on? Which side are you on? Which side are you on? Shall we build universal health care, or retreat to a past already gone? Two roads lead from where we are. Which side are you on? Which side are you on? A year in review. That came around April time when got that wonderful phone call, asked to contribute some lyrics, and call me anytime, Sarah Lee Guthrie. It was an honor to be called, and I got a bunch of lyrics out of it. And let's see where we're at. Oh yeah, okay, that's where we are. That's where we are. And checking the timer, got the great John Elliott coming up. I think I'll do two more, and then we'll have John jump in here. Tune it up a little bit. David, what's going on in comment land? Come to think of it, David Penderlofkin on my right. He's the person who makes it possible that the show happens at all, connecting all the cables, the screens, from the most northwest corner, the most northwest city, to the most northwest state in the lower 48. What's the word?
Well, we have people tuning in from all over, and a wide variety of not only answers to the Stump the Band question, but memories being relived in the comments section.
Glad to hear it. Glad to hear it.
I think Matthew Ryan Robinson, listening from the Colony, Texas.
Oh, yeah.
Haven't seen him in the comments, at least recently. Blair Mosier Feltham, all the way from Madison, Wisconsin, and I believe that Connie Borneman Wakefield is in Michigan. So a couple of Midwesterners there. Is that Great Lakes? What do we call that?
Great Lakes region.
Great Lakes region. Yeah, folks from all over, and some requests too. If and when you want them.
What are they now? Let's see if we get the memory working.
Oh, we got Farming New Hampshire has come up at least a couple of times, and I'll have to dig more to find more.
All right. Sometimes, John, if you're listening, does this ever happen to you between songs? I know it does. You start playing a little lick, and you're like, man, I wish I had a song. I don't have a song, but I mean, this is. You just, and then, a guy like you would just write one. You just write one off the top, something like, man, that was a close one, which I hope he's going to play tonight. But that happens. I don't have a song, but I'm just my mood right now. Kind of jazzy. I wouldn't, not jazz, smooth jazzy. Smooth, not jazz at all, just kind of smooth. But no, that's not what we're doing. We're doing year in review. I was reading, magazine, the Sun magazine, which I love the Sun magazine. I know John does too. We're going to let him talk about that later on if he's inclined. And it was the August issue, and I was reminded that not that long ago there was a time where we weren't sure if Trump would win re-election or not. And so quickly we've become accustomed in our minds to knowing that he did not win it, unless you are one of a handful of crazed senators who are going to vote differently this week. We all, well, come to think of it, we are still a little unsure whether or not Trump is going to be the president in the future, even though we do now know for sure that he did not win re-election. We'll be happy when January 20th comes. Everybody knew he was lying, even those that thought he was God. They couldn't explain the thinking, wouldn't look behind the facade. They just knew it made him feel better than they'd ever felt before. He was the guy they could not deny the chance to be restored. Not all of them were rich and greedy, though a lot of them were. Some of them were needy, needing someone to adore, someone who told it like it is, using language rough and clear. They got a kick from this hotel prick, famous for saying you're fired. I believe in you, he said. said, the start, the middle, and end. The newspapers are lying to you. They don't want you to be right. We're gonna make this country once again a great place to be white. And the people they knew started dying from a disease they couldn't see. Your man kept on lying, telling them not to believe. The snowflakes, the lip-tarts, slack belly and soft spine. But disease doesn't wave a flag and it leaves the dead behind. It's hard to turn around when you're on a path, but harder to switch teams. It's culture, it's tradition, it's what you believe. But it's hard to defend the behavior, and lies make you tired. Billions in November said, hey buddy, you're fired. By a margin of millions, hey buddy, you're fired. Undesired. Orange meat that's expired. Our country in shame you'll admire. With color you conspire. Your actions shall be inquired. If you stall, a removal shall have been transpired. Your exit is required. Too old to be right. Your situation is dire. You're fired. That means you gotta leave. You're fired. Well, we are going to lighten it up just slightly here as we wrap up this year in review here. David Penderlofkin over there making all things happen. And this is one that's been sort of hanging around in the books a little bit, and I've played it a few times, and I'm really digging it, so I hope you do too. And then we're going to have the great John Elliott joining us here at the kitchen table. 3rd of January, 17 days to go. Then we can get back to having regular, well, let's save that for now. Train left the station at 2:45. 4:30, it was raining. 7:10 saw the sun turn to night. Street lights. 7:10 saw the day turn to night. The flickering of the small town lights. Albuquerque outward bound. Everybody loves that sound. Yesterday would have been better than today. Today's better than ever. Sherry had 2 kids and a mother in tow, ages 6, 11, and 74. She packed a magazine and a couple of beers. The kids fell asleep, she felt the tears start to flow with the second sip. There's a relief when you start to slip. Shots of Jack. John pulled the bottle from his beige backpack. The bar was closed, but everyone hanging on. Richard got a guitar, started a song. Hey, play something everybody knows. Satisfaction from the Rolling Stones. Yesterday would have been better than today. Today's better than ever. I was wanting to leave that place. I finally pulled the lever. hadn't slept in a couple of days. Made the turns only slightly hazed. Thinking about his brother who'd been dead 10 years. Didn't want to give anyone those nightmares. Blasted little Richard and Elmore James. Blue sailing from the midnight train. Everyone walking in the wet, fresh air. To her left, no right, nobody was there. She could see the road ahead, didn't fear the road behind. Steps on the pavement made a clinkety rhyme. Who knows, the first step would be easy to take. God, it's good to make your own mistake. Brings us to the end of the year in review. Just a quick dash around the notebooks of this past crazy year. Thought I'd leave you with a song here which is about how it's easy to make change if you want to. And it can be fun too, you know. Yesterday would have been better than today. Today's better than never. I was wanted to make that change. I finally pulled the lever. Sing along. Yesterday would have been better than today. Today's better than ever. I was wanting to leave that place. I finally pulled the lever. And ha, we made it. Now it's my pleasure to introduce to you my very good friend, no stranger to the Subdued String Band, Jamboree, a man who understands that after the gig is done, you go back to where you're crashing because you don't have money for a hotel, you're staying at somebody's house, and once you get back home, well, maybe you have a few jars, a cup of tea, and sit around what? You sit around the kitchen table, sing a few more songs, and have a few more laughs, and make him feel welcome here. Everybody, let's have some cyber clapping going on for your friend and mine, John Elliott. All right, I got to get my earpiece in here, otherwise you're going to talk and I'm not going to hear a thing. Hopefully the earpiece hasn't been hanging out unsightly. We can't afford hair and wardrobe and makeup yet for this production, so sometimes I look back and I think, well, we could have used it. But John, how are you?
You got me?
I got you. All
right, great.
Yeah.
I'm glad you did an up-tempo number there too, because when you were doing your year in review, I was like, all right, let's do the year in review, and it's going to get real dark here.
Okay, that's your warning, people. You know, if that's not your thing, go out and buy a piñata. But it's our thing. John and I are not afraid to get dark.
Well, you just said, we're done with the year in review, and it's like, no, I'm going to give you my perspective now. This is I really like the idea. Since we're on the other side of it, we can look back on it, and man.
Such hope, right? I mean, 2020 vision. January, February,
we're thinking maybe we're pulling this primary off, you know?
Yeah. You know, maybe for once we're going to go with the left-wing candidate, and maybe for once it'll work.
Man.
But here's the thing. We don't know if Bernie would have won. We know Hillary lost. We know Joe won. These are the things we know.
Yep, that's true. Well, actually, no. Trump won in the landslide. 410 electoral votes. I mean,
from what I understand, he won by a lot.
It's the victory of the authoritarians that it's even in my brain to make that joke.
Right.
You know?
Right. Yep.
They've even controlled the narrative. It's...
Yeah, well put. We gotta rewrite that narrative. I'm on it.
I read this amazing... do you know who Anne Applebaum is?
I don't.
She is... she contributes to The Atlantic a lot. She's just an amazing thinker. I love her perspective. She wrote this amazing article back in 2017 about how Poland and like the rise of the far right in Poland is a warning. It was called A Warning for America, A Warning for the West from Poland. Definitely look that up if you want to have your mind blown.
Quick recap. What's the name of the author?
Anne Applebaum.
Okay, let's move on. I don't want to get too deep in the weeds on Atlantic articles, John. This is there's people watching us.
Hey, is this my set or is this my set? The Robert Sarazin Blake fans are going to bail. The numbers are going to go down while the guest artist plays. That's just what happens. I've been on the other side of the camera too. He has a new book called The Twilight of Democracy. Okay? The Twilight of Democracy. And she talks about how the far left, the Weather Underground, in the 60s, and the far right, the evangelical Christians, are equally destructive to the narrative. Both sides.
Whoa.
Because both have cynicism that it's even worth working together to try to create something. Both are like the utopian Marxist state is inevitable, or Christ's second coming is the only way to cleanse the world of its sins. Instead of, you know what, it's complicated. How are we going to live together on this planet while we're here?
Okay, all right. Love
How are
it.
the numbers now?
Well, we've never gone into fisticuffs with guests before, but I'm feeling it.
Anyway,
Love
let
it,
me
John,
play
love
these
it.
really dark songs, and then we'll
I love it. And John is, in a virtual way, joining us from the Top of the Towers piano bar right here in Bellingham, Washington. Let's say in the comments, I remember being called Top of the Towers, but it had another name. And was it really a piano bar, or do I just remember that? I remember I saw Jerry Joseph, who's a songwriter, perform at this venue. So in the comments, what else was it called? I forget. I thought it was called Top of the Towers. John, take it away.
All right. Well, it's your fault for turning me into this political thing, but I was gonna do like some love songs and stuff, but I was listening to your set and I was really reminded of what this year was. I mean, this previous year. And I wrote a bunch of songs after George Floyd was murdered in my home state of Minnesota, all in a bunch, all at once. And so I thought that would be a way to relive what my little walk through last year. So that's what I'm going to do. And then we'll just have a really fun time. So let's see. If the violence won't end and the killing won't stop, then the next one who dies, I hope is a cop. And I hope that he suffers, and I hope he can't breathe, and I hope it lasts long, and I hope we can see, and I hope that his cheek is pushed into the street, and it grinds and it tears and it bleeds. If it's come to this, then it's come to this. Execute the officers and burn Minneapolis. If it's come to this, then it's come to this. Execute the officers and burn Minneapolis. So that's that one. we have an eviction crisis coming. And here and coming. I feel very grateful this year to have had my apartment here and to not be in a SUV in a 4-hour food bank line in Dallas, but others are not nearly as fortunate. So this is a song I wrote about that experience, trying to write in the first person in some of these, so a first person who is not me, realizing in this case that I'm fortunate to not be this person. Grab your toys, kids, and grab your clothes. We gotta go, we gotta go. Maybe to the shelter, maybe to my mom's, I don't know, I don't know. Sheriff at the front door, armed for a war. A platoon of men in a moving van. Grab what you can, leave the rest behind. We're getting evicted. We're getting evicted. You're gonna have to change schools again and find new friends. We'll make do, we'll make do. I couldn't pay the gas bill, couldn't pay for heat. Now our stuff is on the street, our life is on the street. The place was a dump, the pipes were clogged and stuck. I slave for my pages to give it all up. The landlord drives up in her fancy truck. We're getting evicted. We're getting evicted. Kids are hungry and my kids are cold. I can't sleep, I can't sleep. Seen 70 places full of cracks and mold. Denied each time, denied each time. The man at the last place dangles the key. Says maybe we can have it if he can have me. And in the interest of continuing this theme of writing from the first person narrative that is not me, I just want to be really clear about that this next song is a first person narrative that is not me. I am not the I in this next song. But many of our fellow countrymen and earthlings feel this way. So we have to deal with it. It's hard to be white. It used to be cool. We used to be king. We could do anything. We could say Merry Christmas. We could worship our Lord. Buy a Chevy or Ford, or a very loud motorbike. It's hard to be white. It's hard to be white. wrote all the rules, and now they keep breaking and changing the bathrooms and killing policemen who serve and protect and deserve our respect. While they suffer and fight, it's hard to be white. Faster and faster and more every day, they're erasing our culture away. Now we get Spanish announcements on the store PA. They used to go back, now they come here to stay. Bills are due, money is tight. It's hard to be white. It's hard to be white. We were doing it right in the suburbs, sleeping all night in the suburbs, living the dream in the suburbs. We were happy to be in the suburbs, keeping it clean in the suburbs, living the dream in the suburbs. So if it's war they want, then it's war they get. They better believe that our blood and spit and the tears we spilled to conquer this land and the savages we killed were all part of the plan. Not for nothing we came, not for nothing we built, not for nothing we revolted, and not for nothing we rebuild. It's easy to be victimized, to take handouts and believe elitist lies, and professors who teach you who to despise. It's easy to be the underdog. It's hard to be rich. It's hard to be right. It's hard to be white. It's hard to be rich. It's hard to be right. It's hard to be white. All right, and if we don't get it together, we're going to end up here. I can only assume Robert is preparing a real positive song for the end of this one. Heads will roll, heads will roll, heads will roll. I'm ready for the executions, I'm ready for the executions, bullets in the brains. I'm ready for the executions. I'm ready for the retributions. I'm ready for the executions. Bullets between the eyes, bullets in the brains. Public executions in the town squares. Everybody gonna be there. 18 and over. 18 and over. You can put it on your Instagram. You can put it on your TikTok too. Explicit warning. Adult advisory. Bullets in the brain. Bullets in the brain. Public executions. Heads are gonna roll. Public executions. Public executions. Bring a blanket, bring a snack, bring a camera, bring a flask. Everybody will be there. 18 and over. Bullets between the eyes. Public executions. Parents are advised. Parents are advised. We'll make it look nice. Make it official. Officers in uniforms carrying flags. We're only following footsteps. Public executions. Bullets in the brain. Bullets between the eyes. On the nightly news. And put the highlights up on YouTube. For everyone to see. For everyone to feel. You can hear the applause. You can see them all kneel. You can watch them all beg when they know that it's real. You can see them all feel. You can tell that it's real. Public executions. Bullets in the brains. Bring a picnic and a camera and an umbrella if it rains. Public executions. Bullets between the eyes. Get dressed up nice. Parents are advised. Public executions. Bullets in the brains. Bring a picnic and a camera and an umbrella if it rains. A public execution. Bullets in the brains. Public execution. Bullets between the eyes. Parents are advised. Get dressed up nice. Bring a picnic and a camera and an umbrella if it rains. 2020. 2020. 2020. Yeah.
Wow. Wow. More in 4 songs than most of the time we get out of whole albums from people. Thank you for that contribution to my world and worldview. What great tunes. Loving it. Loving it. Wow. Great songs. It's you're right. It's hard to follow that one there.
How about Hampshire in New York? New Hampshire.
I like that. And then John's like, well, I could do it for you then, Robert. I mean, if you're struggling, don't worry. I could just tell you, I could,
Play New Hampshire.
Play Hamster in New York. I don't do Sting, and it's an alien in New York. Okay, so we do play Stump the Band. John doesn't know about this yet. But what happens, John, is we swap songs now for a little while, and then we play Stump the Band, where a caller, somebody who's watching the show, calls in and has a request for us. Now, and the request can be our songs, it can be somebody else's songs, absolutely anything whatsoever. 3 requests. See, we actually already have the caller, but they don't know the rules yet. So the winner is Matthew Ryan Robinson. The question that we asked at the start of the show was, tell us about the first John Elliott show you've seen. We asked this of the audience while we started, and people wrote in various things, but we decided that Matthew had the best answer. He wrote, I was today years old when I first saw John perform. I thought that was nice. That was very nice, Matthew. First-time viewer, and of yourself. You know,
they're not always like that. Sometimes I write about love and stuff.
John, you can't be talking yourself down now, even in comfortable company, man. You laid that shit out. Now, also when you put on the shades into the audience, you go, hey, you just leave. You know, hey, we don't want, those songs are too powerful to get to know you as a person now. That's the thing. Do you think Randy Newman makes jokes between songs? Yeah.
I don't. Does he do that?
He must.
Yeah, man, that song. Oh my God, that Louisiana song. I was just listening to that song again. Yeah, Louisiana.
Yeah, great character writing as your tune there, man. It's, I just you got inside a side of. Anyways, the world doesn't need me to tell them what they just heard. They just heard you. What the world needs me to do is tell Matthew the rules of Stump the Band. Matthew, you get 3 requests, and it can be my songs, John's songs, any songs that you'd like us to play or attempt to play, and we attempt to play them. That's it. That's the deal. And John, the thing is that if we can play them, we win. If we can't play them, he wins. But either way, he wins the prize.
Oh, because that's great.
I'm a tax and spend liberal. I want everyone to win. It's like, why? Let's have fun with it. We'll acknowledge, who won. But either way, Matthew wins the prize. And the prize is a copy of the front page of the newspaper. A month ago, I was on the cover of the newspaper. 25 years in Bellingham. Finally made the cover. So proud of that, And now, to previous winners, I haven't forgotten about you. I haven't mailed a thing yet. But believe me, previous winners, your signed copy of the cover of me after 25 years in show business in my town of 85,000 people. I made it on the cover. People, I'm going places. 2020 was a good year for me. I mean, where are we now? When you don't know what to do next, what I generally do is a John Elliott song.
Oh.
I wish I was there then. The smell over there when she let me get close once. She let me in. I know what love acts like. I know how it moves. I know that it's tortured. I know it's bruised. Do not discuss it. There's nothing to say. I know that she loves me, just not that way. It's a tired old story. We've heard it before. We all know a version. We don't need any more. But I just gotta tell it. For the way that it burns, how it aches when she's near me, how it hurts when she turns at the end of the evening, and I know she won't stay. I know that she loves me, point in the future. There's no telling the future. There's no point in the past. And whatever is here won't wait, it won't last. Someday she'll have a husband, a daughter and son, a place in the country where the water still runs. I'll be somewhere with someone. I'll be getting old too. I'll probably have something to do, but I'll also remember and sometimes recall that you love me, just not that way.
Yeah.
A song from my friend John Elliott over there.
Thanks, Robert. That's great. There really is nothing. That's like the biggest honor someone can pay you is playing your song.
I mean, $25 is kind of in the same.
All right, fine. I'll send that ball back.
Yeah.
How do you follow a John Elliott song? You play a Robert Sarazin Blake song.
On the piano. Wow.
Yeah, on piano.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I didn't know they could be on piano.
We'll see what happens. Parents getting older, parents getting ill. I don't have any kids. I wonder if I will. If I had a second life, I might do things differently. But I love the life I have. I love to see what I can see. The freedom of a lonely night. Okay, 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 okay. I'm not 22, I live like I am. No job, no wife, no house. Kiss away the girlfriend. It all could change so fast, and maybe it will. I'm trying to keep a distance, I'm trying to get my fill. The freedom of the lonely night. Okay, 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 okay. The freedom of the lonely night. Okay, 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 okay. Got it, hang on. Though I try to walk in peace, I've broken a few hearts. There was one I shattered, believing greatness comes from a lonely mind. And I'm just trying to be good. Let's get that right. Though I try to walk in peace, I've broken a few hearts. There was one I shattered, believing greatness comes. Greatness comes from a lonely mind. And I'm just trying to be good. love it when I'm wrong. Whispers in my ear for whom the bells chime. A mother's voice at sundown. I know it's time. I know it's time. The freedom of a lonely night. Okay, 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 okay. The freedom of a lonely night. Okay, 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 okay.
You.
My favorite line. It's hard to pick a favorite line in that song, but I think it's I love it when I'm wrong.
I think there may be a side hustle for you, John, which is people can send you their songs with their crummy voice. I mean, you know.
Oh, come on.
No, I'm not. Just stick with me. They send you their songs. You learn it, play it on that piano, and sing it, right? High notes and stuff like that. You know, a variety of notes, all in tune. That kind of stuff that you do, and I think that'd be nice.
I was thinking when you were singing my song, I loved that you go down the octave on the bridge. It's like it becomes much more grave.
You knew I couldn't go high. That's great, man. That's we're having a good night. It feels nice. Nice hearing on piano. Wow. This one's been chopping around for a long time. Sometimes you make the mistake of performing a song before it's written, which means you have to improvise a fair amount of the lyrics and half remember a fair amount of lyrics. And you realize you can get away with it, so then you never really do polish it up, and then years go by and you've just been ad-libbing the damn thing. That's where this one lives. Because when you have as many downer numbers, just a number that kind of goes like this is so damn refreshing, you're bound to pull it out. All I know is I love making up songs and playing them to people, and if I can't be running around and playing concerts in small rooms to small groups of people, sure, I'm glad we can do this through the net, and we can hang with our friends through the net. Oh, part of the way to Maxine. Part of the way to Maxine. Part of the way to Maxine. Oh, part of the way to Maxine. Oh, part of the way you're gonna do something wrong, you're gonna know it right away. Gonna carry it around to the end of your days. Hell is the place you go today. It's the way you feel when you regret what you did or said. Walking around, banging your head in shame. You're a fool, you think there's someone else to blame. You have no regrets, son, you won't pay attention. Make someone else feel good, taking a step in the head. Oh, part of the way to Maxine. Part of the way to Maxine. Part of the way to Maxine. Oh, part of the way to Maxine. Oh, part of the way you'll be doing adding up the math. Part of the way you'll be reading Sylvia Plath. Part of the way you're gonna cry when you hear taps. Part of the way you'll be burning the maps. Oh, part of the way sweet little backyard shack. Oh, part of the way to Maxine. Part of the way to Maxine. Part of the way to Maxine. Oh, part of the way to Maxine.
Yeah.
Back to
Keeping
you,
the
Joe.
rockin' going.
Okay, all right.
Coming back to California, I'm in love with California. California, I'm in love with you. I'll give all my loving to you. I'll give all my best years to you. I'll give everything I got to you. When it's over, California, I'll be angry, California. California, if you don't come true. I believe you, California. I believed you, California. California, I believe in you. Now I got my feet to the fire, my feet to the fire, my feet to the fire. Now I got my feet to the fire, my feet to the fire, my feet to the fire. Well, it's not as if I'm from here. I mean, my family's not from here. I lost my train of thought again. I'm lost. The railroad was amazing. The people really loved it. The railroad is amazing once again. Dogs are so protective. Dogs are so objective. Dogs are so secure in what they know. Well, everybody's Moses, everybody's Jesus, and everybody's meaner than a dog. Everybody's meaner than a dog. I got my feet to the fire, my feet to the fire, my feet to the fire. I got my feet to the fire, my feet to the fire, my feet to the fire. I think I thought that she was nice. I mean, I know that she was nice. I saw her belly burning in the glow. And it's not as if I turn it down. It's only that when she's around, I think I found a person I can die with. So maybe I'm too serious. I'm serious, delirious, deliriously serious. I know you are so on top of it. You got it all on top of it. I'd love to see you making love or killing. Making love or killing. I got my feet to the fire, my feet to the fire, my feet to the fire. I got my feet to the fire, my feet to the fire, my feet to the fire. I got my feet to the fire, my feet to the fire, my feet to the fire. I got my feet to the fire, my feet to the fire, my feet to the fire. I don't love you, New York City. You're too cocky, New York City. New York City, we do not agree. But I admit in New York City, when they hit you, New York City, something broke and tore inside of me. End of summer, New York City. End of something, New York City. New York City, we were having fun. So I get it, New York City. Yes, I get it, New York City. New York City, you are number one. And I got my feet to the fire, my feet to the fire, my feet to the fire. I got my feet to the fire, my feet to the fire, my feet to the fire. It's not as if I'm from here, I mean, my family's not from here. I lost my train of thought again, I'm lost. Oh man, are you finding that I guess you're doing every Sunday. I feel like I'm out of shape a little bit.
Yeah, I took a break there. We took a break there late August into October. I think I went longer than I'd ever gone without playing guitar. And
Yeah.
I really did not pick up guitar for maybe 2 months, which is the longest I think it's happened since I was 13 years old. And yeah, there's the thing. You know,
I
it's a
can
physical
feel the
instrument.
muscles. We're gonna have to get back into shape.
Get back into shape on that.
Yeah.
If you could bicycle and guitar at the same time, not only would the muscles stay in shape, but you might develop an aspect to your show. And that would be kind of interesting.
I'm bike guy now.
You're a bike guy. So this was cool. I saw, I'm listening to your tune there. Names of states, cities, we love them. We can't stay away from them. They're so evocative of feelings, and we can develop them in so many different ways. And then we have our own feelings of these words and these means things. Somebody said. I saw a little Facebook chat going on and said, well, how are we ever going to tour again? And somebody said, we won't be running around town to town every night. We'll be doing longer stays in cities as we go. Now, they added no information to substantiate that. I have no idea why that's any better. Like, hey, I've just blown into your town, but here's the deal. I'm going to be here a week, so that's way better than if I were only here a night. So come see me. I don't know. I don't see how it adds up, but I hope it does, because that's all I want to do is go to places for a week.
Yeah, maybe the hotels will be like week-long hotel stays, and like
everyone gets tested on the way in, and you can't go out. We'll be in corn bubbles. Happened right here, right now. Corn bubble.
Corn bubble.
Corn bubble.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be kind of a tough call if you're doing the couch thing to someone like, hey, I'm going to be here for 2 weeks.
Yeah. We're ready to graduate away from the soggy couch. We're ready, John.
You do that price line. Price line 2.5 to 3.5 stars.
Oh, I'd go lower than that.
Ooh,
this one. Here's one that. Ties in my love affair with the trains, as did your last one. I had a glass of wine, and I thought of you. Talked with a stranger who knew you too. You let out a sigh. I did not cry. One glass of wine, and I thought of you. I like the train, even if it's late. I'll get the station another day. Let it roll one leg at a time. Pour a cork, have a little bit of wine. thinking of you. Almost caught, it was almost a thing to do. But my hand never reached the dial. Had you on my lips just a little while. 17 miles till we get to Eugene. This bus ain't bad, it's fast, it's clean. At the station, someone I know I used to love. One glass of wine, I'm all tore up. Have something to eat, it's bound to wear off. The mind will wander, the body will stray. No one can ever take anyone's place. I had a glass of wine and I thought of you. Talking to a stranger, he knew you too. I let out a sigh, he did not pry. One glass of wine, and I thought of you. Eugene.
17 miles. The 17 miles. Coming south or north?
South. You'll see the sign. You'll see the sign.
Oh man. I was thinking about this one. This is a song I wrote. I think the main thing is like we're not going to do what we've always done. Maybe after this is all done, and maybe that's a good thing.
I think you've nailed it right there. No matter who you are, no matter where you are, no matter what you are, we won't be doing what we've always done after this.
Right. So I had this song. I wrote this long before this, before the once-in-a-century global pandemic that has completely upended our lives. But this is What I've Always Done is the name of this one, which I won't be doing anymore. What I've always done is run. It doesn't matter where or what from. Then I think it through. No, I've lived so many lives, transformed the truth so many times. I don't know why, I just know I stick around. What I've always done is leave. I don't beg and I don't grieve. Then I think it through for years until the thoughts turn into tears. I don't know why, I just know stick around. So many names I can't recall, so much shame, so many walls, so many days and nights and love and lies erased by alcohol. What I've always done is go. It's all I am. It's all I know. I'll find another place, another destiny to chase. I don't know why. I just know I don't stick around. Except for now, in which case it's all I do. Now.
Woo! Couple thoughts on my mind here. It's time to play Stump the Band.
Yeah, that sounds fun. I want to do that.
Stump the Band. So I hope Matthew's available. We're going to play Stump the Band. And then after that, John, I'm hoping you will play for us. It gets bad, but it gets better. That's before we even stump the band, I'm stumping the band. I know you can do it, so it's no hassle there.
Okay, great.
I don't know if you know, we've played that song a lot here on the show. I learned it, played it a lot, and so a lot of the regulars are familiar with it, and I want them to hear it from the man himself. So,
okay, great. I love
first we
that.
got to stump the band, and then
Okay.
we're going to get around to this. And I hope everybody's doing all right out there. I haven't made a few announcements. One of the biggest one is, hey, don't forget that digital tip jar. You put your digital money in it, and we take your digital money out of it. Works fantastic. Absolutely fantastic thing. And John, you put it all in my jar, and then I give it to John. You know, some of it, some to me, some to David, some to John. And John trusts me, so don't worry about that. That's all on the go. And obviously what I do is I take the digital money and I give it to this digital courier service, and they put it in their digital backpack and they walk it from the most northwest corner, the most northwest city, the most northwest state in the lower 48, down to San Francisco where John is, even though it looks like tonight, cyberly, John's here in Bellingham with us. Such a beautiful view of Bellingham Bay. Great view there, John. So glad you could come all the way up to join us. But by the time the show's over, he will do that magic trick he does and go all the way back to the most beautiful city I've that's what life is like in the city. He's going to be right back in corporate America at the end of the show. He does work as a fry cook at Panda Express. So we're hoping a few more tips in the digital tip jar will create a little more time for John to go out in the world and sing songs to people such as It's Hard to Be White. We're really glad Shit.
That really hits hard when you just hear it said out loud.
Yeah, no, it's a great piece. Anyways, I hope Matthew's ready. Matthew, we're calling you now. We're going to be calling you on speaker. He's going to stump the band. We're dialing it here. Good. Filler music, great.
Oh, great, yeah. Stump the band, everybody try to stump the band. Call them up and stump the band.
It's ringing.
Ringing now, stump the band.
Yeah, it's ringing, all right. Matthew, are you there?
I am.
Great. Have you ever played Stump the Band before?
I have not ever played Stump the Band before.
Are people out there are hearing this? John, can you hear him?
I got it, yeah, it sounds
Okay, great. I'm going to turn the volume up, though. Why not?
Yeah, volume
Why
up.
would I not maximize the volume here? I think I will.
Wonderful.
And Matthew, you've never heard John Elliott before?
I had not. No, this is my first time hearing John Elliott.
Well, I strongly recommend yourself and anyone else who is new to John Elliott, go and get his records. If you're not sure what to do, hey, get the live record. You can't ever go wrong with a live record. Live in Austin, which is not too far from where you are. Because I actually know Matthew, because I know 90% of my fans on a first-name basis, which is not a reflection of my memory. I wish it was. More of a reflection of the size of the fan base. Matthew, it's been a few years. Are you all right?
I'm doing okay. I mean, 2020 was a tough year for everyone, but
Yeah.
also included my divorce, so that sucked. But
I didn't even know you were married.
that's kind of 5
Okay.
It should have been quicker.
Wow. Okay.
Can he hear me? Am I on here?
He
No.
can't hear you. I can hear you though. I can
Tell
translate.
him, I want to tell him what someone said to me when I had that experience, which is congratulations. Because
John is saying congratulations. If it's the right thing for you, it's hard to do. It's the right thing to do. We are in a I'm not sure that's wild what we're doing right there, Matthew. That's quite a year you've had. I hope you're hanging all right. You've hosted a couple of house concerts for me in the past, which I appreciate, and maybe John will hit you up next time he's coming through. Let's see here. God, divorce. Well, love. That's all I'm going to say about that. And your mother. How's your mother?
She's doing wonderful. She was actually on the stream earlier, but I think she jumped off because it's her bedtime.
Well, it's a different time down there in Texas than it is here in Washington. This is the way we roll, folk singers. When Matthew put on the house cake for us, we got hosted at his mother's house. It's a family thing, man. It's cool. Other people go back and stay at hotels. It's cold. It's lonely. They do things they're not proud of. Us, we get to meet people's mothers. They cook for us, and we make friends. It's a beautiful thing. Rachel Reese was with me on that tour, and Matthew's mom and Rachel Reese had a heart-to-heart. I'm telling you, I had to get out of the house and go for a walk. I came back. There were tears. It was a beautiful thing. Matthew, I'm a low power zone. Are you still there?
I am.
Okay, make it fast here. What is your request? You get 3 requests.
So the first of my anthem kind of for those last years, Mountain Goats This Year.
Mountain Goats This Year. I want to make it through this year if it kills me.
That's the one.
That's all I got. We better move on to other requests, see if we can pull something else better.
Okay, what about...
Not from you, from us. You were great. You're doing great.
Yeah, so let's try my beginning of every year song is Death Cab for Cutie, The New Year.
The New Year by Death Cab for Cutie. Not getting a good look from John on that one. Okay.
I don't know it.
Number 3.
So more mainstream one that's nothing to do with either last year or this year, but it does kind of the theme is Cake, Sad Songs and Waltzes.
Sad Songs and Waltzes. Those are great requests. You're going to get the front page of the paper either way. And I'm going to be able to give you a few bars of that third request. John, do you got anything in that department?
I sadly do not. Those are good, really good requests.
Great requests. Great new requests. Matthew, all the best to you in the new year. Thanks for phoning in. Thanks for being part of the Sunday show. And here we go. 2021. Seems like a big number.
All right, let's do it.
All right. This actually, Cake did a version of Willie Nelson's song. Sad songs and waltzes aren't selling this year. It's a good thing that I'm not a star. You don't know how lucky you are. Though my record may say it, no one's gonna play it. 'Cause sad songs and waltzes aren't selling this year. Yes, though my record may say it, no one's gonna play it. 'Cause sad songs and waltzes aren't selling. It's a good thing that I'm not a star. You don't know how lucky you are. My record may say it, no one's gonna play it. The sad songs and waltzes aren't selling this year. Great request. Thank you, Matthew. Nice to hear your voice. Nice to check in again. And great request there. Yeah, I'm gonna make it through this year if it kills me. Great song from the Mountain Goats. Don't know it. Maybe I'll learn it. Maybe not. And we're gonna pass it off back over to John, who is a frequent guest at the Subdued String Band Jamboree. And he looks, why? Because he looks good at the Jamboree.
Robert, can you tell who this act is that's on the stage here?
Yep. Yeah, that's the Crying Shame.
Oh, nice.
Great band, that's Crying Shame. And, family of the Jamboree for sure, and literal family. Aaron Harmonson, bass player with me, and has played with you, I'm sure, from here and there. That's his brother back there in the red hat on bass in the Crying Shame. Yeah. You can count
I want to say to Matthew, I don't know if he's still watching, but I know it was like a translation thing through the phone, but it seems like the wrong thing to say when you hear someone's gone through a divorce or a breakup or something like that. But if it's the right thing, if it was the right call, if it was the right decision, then congratulations, because that's a really hard decision to make, and it can last year. You can spend years not making the decision. So even though it's a hard one, let the healing begin. And I will end with this is a good segue from your request, Robert, to Matthew's 2020. So this is a sing along if when you learn it, and it'll be great. Okay. This is a kind of high. This first note. The problem with Robert, you'll appreciate this. The hard thing about this song is this first note out the gate's a really hard high note. You just got to get to it right away. And get ready for it, because it's going to be higher than you think. Because it gets bad, but it gets better. Call it craziness, call it weather. We can make it through if we laugh at it together. It gets bad, but it gets better. You got lost when your mom got sick, prescription pills and therapists. Mom got worse, she didn't make it. After years and years and hours, you go to her grave with her favorite flowers, and you talk with her, and she listens. Or you've had the worst of God and men. You've sworn you'll never love again. You don't have kids, your friends all do. You wonder what is wrong with you. Well, they're stuck at home, you're free to go. Save some cash and hit the road. Quit your job, you never know. Buy a ticket someplace far. 'Cause it gets bad, but it gets better. Call it craziness, call it weather. We can make it through if we laugh at it together. It gets bad, but it gets better. Another politician making noise. Another bad guy hanging out with the bad boys. Lives destroyed and damage done. Bombs deployed and more to come. Poison in the earth and air. Men in charge who just don't care. Men in charge with thinning hair. Soon they'll all be dead. When the market crashed, you had a big bad loan. You lost your job, you lost your home. You washed up here alone and broken. Then you found a new place and a good gig too, with a better boss and more time for you. Last week in line you met someone new. There's a lot 11 years can do. 'Cause it gets bad, but it gets better. Call it craziness, call it weather. We can make it through if we laugh at it together. It gets bad, but it gets better. Then it gets bad again, I know. The darkness comes and darkness grows. Sometimes the darkness never goes and goodness loses. But somewhere else it's dawn again. And on it never ends. Until the sun blows up in a big red ball and swallows us all. But even then it just might be we're living in a different galaxy. We might get to watch it on our phones, all together and all alone. Yes! Rome rose up, Rome fell down, the Mayans lost to the Spanish crown. The Incans were the best around, the Spanish beat them too. Then Spain declined, then France declined, then we all had a world war. 16 million lost and more. We swore we'd never do it again. Yes, world peace was the world goal till the Nazis came and they took control. Then the Nazis lost to the USA and the Russians who saved the day. But then Stalin really went to town. And the states were great unless your face was brown. There were superpowers, atom bombs, the summer of love and Beatles songs. 9/11, terrorists, no mention of Africa in any of this. A baby born, a baby missed, a funeral, a wedding kiss. 'Cause it gets bad, but it gets better. Call it craziness, call it weather. We can make it through if we laugh at it together. It gets bad, but it gets better. Oh, Robert, David, thank you for having me. It was so fun to play for you and with you and see you and hear you. Thank you.
Great to see you and hear you. It almost feels like the real thing. And that's as good as it's going to be for a little while, but it's a lot more than nothing.
Yep.
So all the best down to you in you're in Northern California, San Francisco.
Yep.
As Van Morrison says, I can hear the fireworks coming all the way from San Francisco Bay. Tonight we can hear John Elliott coming to us all the way from San Francisco Bay. Stay on the line, John. We'll have a chit-chat after the show. Well, thank you everybody for tuning in. The first show of the year. We're gonna begin this series. Gonna go as long as we can. COVID times, as that's the plan. You can see us here on Sunday nights, 5 to 7. That's just right. PST, that's a place to be. If you're in New York, it starts at 8. If I can see. Oh, I love traveling around to your town. Oh, the highways and the bridges, and all the hanging around, meeting new people, getting new perspectives. In college, I was always the one who wanted to take more electives. Now I gotta do the same old home routine. Not so bad when you're here with me. On Sundays, we get together on Sundays. Yeah. That's David Penderlocker on the bow room, making all the technical things happen. We're gonna get our act together. We're gonna make the rest of this downtime as rainy northwest weather. See you on Sunday. See you next Sunday. See you next Sunday. Before you go, don't you know we're gonna do the song that we used to in the show. That's our friend named Wardell. He's our buddy. Cork City, you can tell him, hey, when you go there sometime later on, when you go around the world again, sometime in the future on, we'll go around and say, hey, heard a song from Blake when he was doing a show on Sundays. It's great to see you, because we thought you were dead. You come back to life. You get out of your bed, it's great to see you. Is that your ghost? I thought you were gone. Burnt toast, it's great to see you. whisper nothing, sit softly on your ear. Try not to cut you the moment that's here. Shadow it might be, feel it's clear. And I couldn't ask for anything more. It's all about the times we share. It's all about the times we share. It's great to see you, but it doesn't stay. You're here for the long night, or you're leaving at the break of day. It's great to see you. Yeah, it's true. It's great to see you. It's great to be near you. It's all about the times we share. It's all about the times we share. We got Mike and Ruthie, the Mammals, coming up next week. We got the Restless Aids the week after that. Got our brother Jefferson Hamer joining us the week after that. And at the end of the month, newcomer to the kitchen table, Anna Ash. Releasing a new single on Inauguration Day featuring the artists who are visiting the kitchen table this month. Thanks for being with us. We'll see you next week. It's all about the times we share. It's all